Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a crazy week, especially losing power and losing internet for a couple of days. So this winter storm that's going through the U.S. right now is causing a lot of people a lot of headaches, especially if you own any fish, because it's really dependent on electricity. A lot of people have lost power, internet, water, so it's been really hard. So for me, I've been lucky enough where I've only lost power for 6 hours. My internet did go out for 2 days, and the one real good thing is I have had running water throughout the outage and throughout this winter storm so far. So I feel very fortunate just to only have a few things go out. Many of other folks have not been so lucky. They've had power outages for 2 days now, no water pretty much. So today I want to talk about some things that I want to do in the future to try to eliminate a lot of this headache, a lot of this power outage that could occur again. Again, this is probably a once in a lifetime thing here in terms of like having power outages in my area, but we do have random blackouts for a couple hours here and there, even on good days. So I kind of want to go over a couple things that are probably a good investment, especially if you have, expensive tanks, expensive livestock, or even if they weren't expensive. And, these pets that you've had for years are now part of your family, and obviously you want to try to keep them healthy, alive, and happy for the longest time possible. So I want to kind of go over a couple things. So the first thing is if you have like a small tank or only a few tanks or one large tank or so that probably doesn't draw a lot of power, I suggest that you take a look at Joey's video here that he made, years ago about how to heat an aquarium during a power outage. I'll link it in the description below. I'll tag it here somewhere. I won't go over it. Just watch the video. He has some good things and good tips that you can do that really cost nothing. And if you have it, on hand, that would be great. So for me, I have a lot of tanks, and this is more of like people who have maybe a couple large tanks, a garage full of tanks. So you need to kind of power multiple things instead of just like one. So obviously you can do Joey's method for all the tanks, but it's just going to be a lot more work. So I'm gonna kind of go over some of the alternatives that you guys can look into to help power some of this stuff. So the first thing is investing in an inverter. Depending on what kind of size inverter that you're getting here, it can range from like $60 all the way to like $300. Basically, you can take a car battery, plug these prongs into the car battery terminals, and then now you have an outlet that can plug into any of the aquarium things and just basically power an aquarium, one, two, or something like that for X amount of time. Now, this is probably good for maybe like a day or so, and if you have a smaller tank, it'll probably last you longer. But if you have multiple tanks, larger tanks, this might not be the best option, but it is an option that can at least extend the tank's life until the power comes up. So the second choice is getting a gas power generator. Now this is a for sure thing that will power anything in the garage, especially if you have like multiple things in the garage. This will power your whole garage for sure. It runs on gas, so obviously you have to make sure you have some sort of gasoline on hand to run the generator. So this is probably a really good investment, especially if you have tanks outside. So with those two things, it will help power circulation and heaters to your tank. You can probably cut down a lot of the other things that you don't need or won't need until power comes back. Now here's the last thing that you can potentially look into is solar panels and batteries for the solar panel. Now this is probably the most expensive route, but this is probably a long-term play if you have tons of tanks, a lot of expensive like corals, fish, things that you've been breeding, for years and years and years. I think that this is probably a very, very good investment. So the idea with a solar panel is one, you're getting free electricity during the day. If you get a system that's large enough to basically power your whole house and cover and charge the batteries. So this is a huge investment. This is like ranging depending on what you get here. It can basically range from $30,000 to $40,000. So with this size kit here, you can change it to a more reasonable size solar panel. This only covers 80%, and this other one covers 100%. With something like this, it's 33,000. This is before rebates, so if you get rebates, like 25,000. But pretty much you get 2 wall batteries, and you have the solar panel that covers pretty much 80% of your electricity usage. And something that's a little bit larger that is self-powered will be a little bit more expensive, obviously, but this one will cover your house during the day and then also power your whole battery and cover it at night. So this is the benefit of getting solar panels and batteries. These batteries can basically run your house for 6 days. If you have something this size, you get 3 is 9 days. Bigger obviously it grows a lot more, but the price obviously is a lot bigger. For something with just 2 batteries here, a whole week, if you lost power for a whole week, it can basically run your tank for a whole week. No problem, right? And then also, like, this is assuming that your solar power panels are not getting charged during the day as well, but it does, even with, outage, right? So this is something I've been looking into getting for, 5 years now. I've just been waiting to kind of pull the trigger in terms of when was the right time to get it, because it's a large investment, right? You're looking at $40,000 out of pocket first, and then obviously the incentives afterwards. It brings it down. After seeing what happened with this week, actually, throughout the years, I see random power outages here and there. It's just not worth it, especially if you have things that you care about, things that you're doing with breeding, things that you've had for years. It's just not worth that risk by not having some sort of backup plan. Now, obviously, if you only have a couple tanks, this is probably not the way to go here. But for me, this is probably going to help pay the electricity bill for the whole house, and then also for all the tanks as well. This is probably a whole package deal for me in terms of an investment, not only for the fish, but also for the house long term. So this is something I'm looking into for sure. So maybe hopefully sometime this year, once I kind of scrape and save up enough money, this is probably an investment that I'm going to look into. I hope some of these suggestions can help you guys now, in the future. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you're subscribed. And like always, till next time, guys,